This is the ingredient list that's needed for the Solar Oven chicken. We buy the bulk boneless, skinless chicken breasts frozen at Gordon Food Services. That's our local food supplier. And you can also get these at Sam's Club in bulk. You'll need a can of cream of mushroom soup and also a can of creamy chicken soup and about 12 ounces of water. And I've taken the chicken out of the bag and put it on a plate. You want to do 6 chicken breasts for the 2 pots. Solar oven cooking is no different than crock pot cooking. If you've ever used a crock pot for a meal, you know you put all the ingredients into the crock pot and turn it on, and then come back a few hours later and your meal is ready to go. It cooks very slow. I've placed the 3 frozen chicken, boneless, skinless chicken breasts into the roasting pans, and now I'm going to add the other ingredients. Put half a can of cream of mushroom soup into the roasting pan. Try to divide it equally. And then the cream of chicken soup, same thing, half of the can to each roasting pan. Okay, now you take your 12 ounces of water, and it's about a half a can each, and stir it around, try to get the remaining amount of the soup out of the can, and then pour it in. Okay, I try to stir around the soup a little bit. You want to make sure that the chicken is pretty much covered by the soup and the water. You may have to add more water as needed because during the solar oven cooking process, some of the water will evaporate and steam out. So you'll be checking it periodically. And that's it. And then you take and put the lids on the roasting pans, and they are ready to go out into the solar oven. I forgot to mention that in addition to the soup and the water, if you would like an extra vegetable put in, you can add a bag of frozen vegetables, mixed vegetables, frozen broccoli, potato, whatever you like for a vegetable. You can add it to the roasting pans before it goes out to the solar oven, and it'll cook with the chicken all day long. Okay, we're going to set up the oven now. The solar oven itself comes in 3 pieces. You get the base, you get a double insulated lid, and that airspace in between the plastic and the lid is about an inch, and that airspace insulates the lid so heat does not escape, and it works excellent. And the third piece that comes with the oven, and you can order it with or without, is the reflectors. These are aluminum reflectors that are designed to fit perfectly on the lid. And we ordered the kit complete with the reflectors, and I'm glad that we did, because on partly cloudy days or in the winter when the sun is low in the horizon, the oven does not reach as high a temperature, but if you put the reflectors on, it brings it right up to the temperature that you need to finish cooking the meal. Okay, I have just set the lid to the solar oven on the oven itself, and I'm going to demonstrate how to attach the reflectors to the lid. The design of this is really well thought out. You open the reflectors and you place them on top of the lid, and there are clips with springs, and you just attach the springs on the corners of the lid. There's 4, one on each corner. Now those 4 clips hold the reflectors tightly to the lid. And as you can see, you can remove the lid with the reflectors on it, and they stay right where they need to be. It's not cumbersome, and it's a very, very good design. So with the reflectors on, now all we need is some sun. The oven is ready to go. When the sun comes up over the house, I will add the roasting pans with the solar oven cooking chicken in it, and we'll start the process. Okay, it's about 10 a.m. and the sun has broken over the top of the roof line of the house, and you can see the shadow right there. The solar oven is in bright sunlight. I put the lid on and the reflectors, and it's preheating the oven a little bit, and it's time to put the roasting pans with the chicken in it to start the cooking process. Okay, I brought out the roasting pans. The oven is ready. Put them in side by side. As you can see, the thermometer is already in there. You want to monitor your temperature throughout the day. I'm going to put it in the front. Okay. Now the lid with the reflectors go on. And then you lock the 4 clips that hold the lid on. This way the lid will stay put in wind, or if somebody bumps the table. It's very secure, as well as holding the heat in. Creates a nice seal. Then you just rotate the oven and center it with the sun. Now throughout the day, I will come out periodically and I will turn the oven to track the sun so that it maximizes the temperature. Now the manual says to not let the oven exceed 300 degrees Fahrenheit or it will damage the oven. Now the internal parts are made from plastic, so if you exceed 300 degrees, I can see where it would damage the oven. If it does exceed 300 degrees and you want to cool it down, you can do a couple of things. You can turn the oven away from the sun a little bit, and that'll drop the temperature. Or you can take the reflectors off, the aluminum reflectors, at the brightest time of the day, and it will also bring the temperature down to a manageable level. But from our testing, about 225 to 250 degrees Fahrenheit maintained throughout the day slow cooks the food, and it will be done mid-afternoon, 3 o'clock, maybe 4 o'clock. Then the sun goes down and the temperature drops slowly, and then when you get home from work or it's dinner time, the temperature of the food will be down to a manageable level so you can eat it. So it's about 10:15 a.m. right now, and the cooking process has started, and I'll monitor it throughout the day. Okay, It is about 4:30 p.m. and the solar oven has been cooking the chicken for about 6 hours, and the temperature averaged about 225, and then it dropped to 200, and it maintained for a few hours. Now it's down to about 175. The sun is about to go down behind the trees, so I will be removing the roasting pans, taking them inside and checking to see if it's cooked and how it looks. We have the finished product on the stove now in the house. It's 5 p.m. and everything looked good inside the oven, so I've brought the roasting pans inside. What I'm going to do now is remove the lid and use a meat thermometer and check the internal temperature of the chicken to make sure that it cooked through, just for safety. The internal temperature of the chicken breasts are hovering right around 180 degrees, which is fine and within range for poultry. So dinner cooked in the solar oven all day was a success, and we will sit down as a family and enjoy eating. Thank you for watching. I wanted to include a shot of the sticker on the back of the solar oven of the company that we bought it from. It's the Solar Oven Society, and they are a reputable company. They shipped as promised. It took about 2 weeks or less to get our solar oven delivered right to the house. So it's sos@solarovens.org or www.solarovens.org. And we are happy with this oven. We've had it and used it probably a dozen times over the summer, and everything has turned out great.